Hello everyone and welcome back to Tiresome. That's right, the Alfa's broken again, but this time it could be a quick fix or it could not. Let's have a look. So, the issue is that, well, I feel it's best actually when there's an issue with the car that I tell you actually how it went wrong in the first place, because that might help you in your diagnosis. If you're having the same issue, then this might be the fix for you too. I don't even know if it's my fix yet. Basically what happened was I was driving down a road somewhere, okay? It was a long journey. I had already done maybe 5.5 to 6 hours of the drive, and then suddenly the nice cool air conditioning that I had this whole time, suddenly the blowers just went boom, full whack. The AC wasn't on anymore, and it was just warm air being blown at me and my passenger, and it was not the best. I tried then on the panel down below, you know, turning it off, turning it on, no response at all, not doing anything. We came to some traffic lights, so I turned the car off, pulled the key out, plugged it back in, turned the car back on, and at that whole time, even when the car was off and the key was out, the blowers were still on. So turned the car back on, pulled over into a service station, did a little Google, see if there was anything I could do quickly on the fly. Turns out no, not really. So what I actually ended up doing was pulling the fuse for the blower and then just rolling the rest of the journey with the windows down. That was about another 18 hours, by the way. But hey, the car was absolutely great, and this car, the 2.4, even if you're in 6th gear, gives you enough power to overtake easily, but also you can drop a cog and you can really have some fun up some nice spirited driving roads if you do come across any. And it's the wagon, so all our luggage went in the back, no questions asked. It was great. Love the fucking car, it's so good. However, now we get on to what the fix could be. Now, I believe what's happened is the blower motor or the resistor or something like that is gone, which is causing the car not to know how fast the blower motor's going, which is confusing the whole sort of air conditioning blower system. And because the blower's brain dead, it's just going flat out. And because the car doesn't know what it's doing, it's not running the AC in a defensive state. So hopefully that's the case. The fix can be replace that resistor, or replace the blower motor, or in some circumstances there's even like wiring historically that has burnt on some of these cars and that's caused it to short or whatever and do this same sort of symptom. So this video, I have a resistor. It's 25 quid. I thought I'd whack one in, see if it fixes the problem. If it does, there we go, we're off to the races. If it doesn't, then this could end up being quite a long video, drawn out over a period of time, where I try and fix this car, because the air conditioning is imperative. Once you have it, you cannot go without it. So in your head, think of a resistor, okay? And this is the resistor that the Alfa uses. Look, that is a chunky boy. I'm used to like small little computery diode type things, but this thing's insane. Very cool. Let's see where it goes. Okay, and here you can see this is where we are. We're under the glove box, and there are two sort of screwy thingies that you can just undo just by, you know, well, these were finger tight. I don't know if they're supposed to be, but they were. Time to unscrew. The camera's there, and I won't be able to get it and this and everything under the thing, but just trust me, it's just 2 bolts. We're just going to undo them. Cheers. You can carry on filming. My arse! As easy as that. I've got some very bad news. This is exactly the same resistor that I was going to put in. I think the factory ones have a black base, and the cheap Chinese ones have blue bases. I did try and look for a premium one, but I don't know, I just couldn't really get any, and these were all the same. So I got one of these. If I look, my one here, that one there, I mean, they're the same thing. But the downside is this. Here is our issue. This is one of the wires, cables, whatever, and you can see that's actually fine. This one has been twist tied. It's horrible. Somebody's crimped it, and you can see they're actually joined together. The PVC tape is melted there, joined together, and they're just absolutely horrific. So I honestly don't know really where to go from this moment exactly. What I might do is try and clean these two up, do a bit of a similar repair, to be honest, and then just see if that fixes the issue. If it does, which it probably will, to be honest, then I can trace this sort of loom around. It might be that we can get that loom
or a repair for it, or cut the wires here and put a larger gauge wire on it. But what I don't want to do is just put a larger gauge wire on the end and then it melt further up somewhere. But it hasn't yet. So that would signify maybe that there is a difference in thickness somewhere. I don't, honestly, no idea. Let's take this wrapping off and see what happens. Okay, so I've just taken all of the black tape off and look at the state of those. So you can see that red cable actually has some black marking on it, could even be scoring. But those black and red wires are quite thick. They are the factory wires coming straight from that loom. And then we've got these two through connectors, the blue ones, and then the previous owner had put some like other, I guess, thick gauge wire in there, but you can see these connectors literally just came absolutely right off. I mean, as soon as I touched them, basically. So this whole crimping connection here has actually been causing its own resistance, heating up, and then causing melting where it shouldn't have happened. So what I'm going to do now is remove both of these blue connectors, and then probably crimp some ends on, and then see if I attach them just directly to the resistor, what that does. I'm assuming the reason why they're there is because these wires won't reach the resistor's factory position up in there somewhere in their current state. I have no idea. Either way, what I'm going to do is just hook it up, put the fuse back in, check the blower, make sure it works, and then we can worry about a long-term fix for these wires, but that's ridiculous. What I've done is I sort of just used 25 amp fittings instead of the 15 amp ones, the blue ones that were on it. I've crimped it properly without the extra sort of crimpy connectors causing extra resistance, and I put them in. I've also insulated the negative so it doesn't short out, hopefully, against the live one there, the red. And now we're ready to plug the fuse in and see what happens. I just want to say, if this does go ahead and work, then I will put extra efforts in to make sure it isn't quite so shite when we bolt it back in. But maybe that will fix the issue. We'll see. Okay, so we've got the new resistor in. I had to use the new resistor in the end because the other one, the pins were bent. I don't think that was a contributing factor in any way. I think maybe when I unplugged the old one, they just sort of got skewiffed. But weird though, because it's a 4-pin thing and it's the two on the outside that are like that. So I don't really understand. I've had it obviously bend all entirely, but whatever. I've replaced the resistor anyway. So now what I'm going to do is put my 40 amp fuse back in and we'll see if the fans go Bursey quack. I don't know. If they don't, that's obviously a very good sign. If they do, it could just be that the computer then has to relearn that there is now a connection there and I might need to turn the car off, reset something anyway. Right, fuse going in. Okay, so the fans have come on automatically. But as I said, I don't know if that is bad thing. What I'm going to do is unplug the battery and then give it a moment, then reattach the battery, and I think at that point it will relearn something. I remember when I did it when I was doing a fault finding process, you could hear the vents go through like their testing phases and things, like it all goes through everything. So hopefully at that point maybe that might fix the issue. So it's going through that fan testing process. Well, I'm going to start the car. Maybe that might do something. It's still broken. I don't know. I guess it could be the blower motor then. But brilliant. Cut to getting a blower motor and putting that in? I don't know. I'm going to also talk on the Alfa forums too, because those guys are really helpful in situations like this and immediately help diagnose the crank pulley. So, previous thanks to those in the Alfa Facebook groups, but yes, we'll have a look. Cut to the future. Okay, so we cut to 30 seconds later.
where I was going to quite begrudgingly have to reinstall the... the Top Dead Centre podcast there, interrupting me. Yeah, begrudgingly having to put the resistor back in, get on my bloody thing, go up there. I thought, right, before I put this in, I'm just going to make sure that those connections are on there properly. And one of them just went shink and properly sunk on. And I was like, I should test this again, because it may have just not been plugged in and it wasn't plugged in. It works. The fuse is in, the AC's on, I've got full fan control, and the AC's blowing cold, I think, probably. Yes it is. I'm very happy with that. And the car's fully back working again. I'm really happy with that. It is probably going to be one of those things. If you're having this issue, it's either going to be the resistor, the wiring, or the blower itself. So I'm really thankful I didn't have to go for the blower itself, because it's about twice the price of the resistor for a second-hand one. Or you can get more expensive new ones, but they are sort of knockoffs. So this one's lasted for 20 years. I can't imagine a knockoff would last that long. I'm really happy we've got this working. Thank you very much for watching. All right. See you next time. No, cut that. It's still not working correctly. I turned it on and it went through its testing process, turned it down. The fan speed went down, but then when I got back in the car after shooting that bit of video, I actually had no control over it. It was just doing a asthmatic amount of blowing and I wasn't able to turn it up or down, so it's still not fixed. It's different, but it's not fixed. So now I've got another symptom, and I'm going to have to revert back to my previous statement of I'm going to need to ask someone who knows what they're talking about with regards to this shit for, to find out what's going on. I feel like at this point it's obviously working because it's resisting the fan blower speed, but obviously it might even be like a computery teachy thing. I did try disconnecting the battery, putting it back on again to see if that would help, but all it did was go through that initial process of it would actually work and then bring itself back down. But then you just had no control over it anyway, so that's brilliant. Okay, sure. So cut to me being taught how to do this, I guess. I don't know, it could be anything. Okay, some time has passed, a lot of time has passed. It's been almost a month actually since the last shot, and this time I've got this little fella next to me. What we did was put our brains together. So what we've done this time is we've used smaller crimp connectors again. I realised that the bigger crimp connectors that I thought would be good and chunky, and they are, but they're also just too big to make a good connection in there. Those pins are so tight next to each other inside the resistor that you can't really get both of them in properly. So we've opted to use brand new smaller ones, 15 amp ones. And then what we've done is actually heat shrink them, so they're super tight, nicely in there. Heat shrink's also hopefully going to put up with the heat better than PVC tape that the previous occupant used. So I'll show you our lovely work, or Tim's lovely work.
So there you go. Obviously it's quite dark down here in the footwell, but you can see there's our two wires connected. And I'm happy to report that it actually works as it bloody should do. So that's great news. What we're going to do now is bolt the resistor up properly, because we just tested it briefly then and it's already really hot, or as designed, I understand. So what we'll do is bolt it up into the place where it came from, which I assume is some sort of void, and also next to the blower motor, which probably also keeps it cool. We'll mount it all up, give it another test, and you'll join us then.
There we go, it's all in. Look at it, bloody lovely. You can see that the wires are quite tight up there, but they're in. So now let's start the car up and make sure it all still works properly.
Right, the car's running, it's great. Everything is still working absolutely fine, and now I'm going to press my air conditioning button, and that is going to start the fans up. It's already set to full, from stun to kill. So, I've got my little cloth of death here, and look, oh, look at the breeze. Oh, isn't it lovely? But hey, I don't want a breeze anymore. I want a whisper. We're going to turn it down low, okay? And then the fans turn down. Oh, to negligible wind, okay? That's what we like to see. It's regulating. I'm going to put the carpet together, and that will be that done. Everything's all absolutely fine with apart from the snap spring. But apart from that, it's fine. Don't worry about it. That's okay. And I'm actually really happy with that, because those technical issues that come up, those intermittent electrical issues, pain in the ass sometimes, and I don't want to be dealing with that on a modern car, and a modern Italian car. Lord knows what that could have been. Thank you very much, Tim, for helping me with that one.
No worries.
Obviously, it was my ineptitude the first time round. But, hey, like and subscribe if you like this video. I'm sure it was only a short one, but another fix done. That's what I like to see. Catch you in the next one. Beautiful.